Today we're going to be doing the 1 season rebuild challenge with the Chicago Bulls. This is the roster. It is updated with this last draft class, so this is like we're playing in the 2019 to 2020 season. And what I'm going to try to do is turn this roster into a championship winning roster this season only. Regular season, no off seasons, signing free agents, any of that. So first we got to make some trades, and Otto Porter's got to be the first person to get moved. And we're going to throw a second round pick in here just to see what we can get. But he does have a big contract, but we're not really worried about contracts. We just want to be able to get a decent player back, which is not looking great. Kevin Love isn't bad, but we have to throw in another second. Montrezl Harrell and Pat Bev, that'd be interesting. Not sure how I'm feeling about those. Let me just throw in a first, go back in, see if it's any better or about the same. Kevin Love and Larry Nance, not Nary. That's about the only better trade. Serge Ibaka is not bad. Looks like we're gonna have to get Kevin Love. I think I'd rather just do the previous one with the second round pick and not take Larry Nance, and we'll keep a first round pick for more trades. But like I said, we're just worried about being a good team, so we'll trade 2 seconds, get Kevin Love on the roster, and let's just move Laurie here to center. He goes down 1. All right, we're gonna play Kevin Love at the center. They both go down 1, but Kevin Love still will be the higher overall there. So this is now the starting lineup, which is obviously not a championship winning team. This is a 1 season rebuild, so like I said, not going to be realistic. So Kobe White, he is getting put up on the trade block because he should have a decent amount of value. John Collins, but we don't really need more forwards. We could try to flip them. It's all big men. Nobody wants to trade their guards. Let's try throwing in Wendell and a first and just see what we can get with this. Because Lou Will, CJ, and Nurkic, but we have to throw in Kevin Love. But that's not even bad. Drummond. John Morant, he's at 81 already. But this Lou Will and Montrez trade might be our best value, because this one getting pretty much the same overall players and same position. But we have to give up Kevin Love, and this we have to give up Wayne Selden Jr. So we're gonna do this trade. Makes the team better for 1 year. Don't know what our lineup's gonna be looking like. We gotta move Zach LaVine to either point or small forward. We're gonna put him at small forward and just make sure. Yeah, Lou Will is a shooting guard. So if we take a look at the roster now, pretty solid starting lineup. Kevin Love off the bench we have, and if he's coming off the bench, we can make his overall go up 1 more at power forward. Might try to flip him right back to another team to get a better. We need a point guard really, but we could play Zach LaVine at the point and then get a better small forward. So I think we're gonna try to ship. Ooh, actually, I accidentally clicked on his name, but let's just try to ship Zach LaVine and see what we can get. If I don't get anyone amazing, I'm not going to do it. Rudy, but we don't need centers and stuff. Chris Paul. That's actually pretty interesting, but who would be our starting small forward? So I'm going to remember this Chris Paul. Kyle Lowry too, but I'd rather get Chris Paul. And then our starting small forward would be Denzel Valentine. I don't think I can give up Zach LaVine. I wonder if there's a way to get Chris Paul without trading Zach LaVine, because if I can have a Kevin Love trade to get Chris Paul, these are all decent trades, honestly. Like, nothing's terrible here. John Morant's pretty good, 81. It'd be an upgrade over Kobe. I think what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna try to make the Chris Paul trade. If I get it to work, I'll let you guys know. So we'd have to add a trade exception. I'll just see. And it doesn't go in with that. Let's throw in 2 seconds first before we do any more picks. All right, so they do not want that. Let's try. I'll give up a first in this, 2 firsts, and Kevin Love. Get a point guard, add exception. All right, so we had to give up 2 firsts. I believe we gave up Kobe White too. But this is a 1-year challenge, so Chris Paul can definitely come in and help us win now. Obviously, like I said, these would be terrible for the history of the team down the line, but we're not worried about that. We need bench players though, because we have no one off the bench. So maybe I can flip like 2 of our younger, we don't have many young people off the bench, 2 of our young players and a first to get 1 decent player. Schroeder wouldn't be bad, but I'm not giving up a first for him, I don't think. 3 players for 1. Is he really? I mean, he does average a lot, or he did in Atlanta. I don't know what to do here. We're going to throw in Walter Lemon and Robin Lopez because he makes a lot of money, so we might be able to get a pretty decent player here. Yeah, the money definitely should help, but it's just bad players making a lot of money. Larry Nance and Tristan Thompson's not bad, but don't want 2 bigs being my best players off the bench. Joe Harris and Prince isn't bad at all. It gives us shooting. One of them could go to shooting guard. We need backup guards and stuff. This is actually pretty good. Jay Crowder, only averaging 9 points last season. Delon Wright's a decent backup point guard. Jeff T, I want 2 of the better players. So these are the 2 trades that it's looking like. Joe Harris and Prince, I think, is going to be our trade. I don't know, actually, no. Let me just think about this. I think this might be our better value. Have a pretty good backup point coming off the bench. And we'll do that. Look at the roster. Not very balanced with the positions, but that's fine. It's modern NBA. What I'm going to do, start simming. And I'm not going to jump ahead yet. We're just going to go a couple weeks here, see how the team's doing. We'll go all the way to the trade deadline eventually if the team's not doing good. Make some adjustments. So we won our first 3 and then lost 3 in a row. Let's go a little bit farther here. Yeah, we're not trading for Alonzo Ball. So finally win another game after losing 4. This is back and forth season. We're getting blown out or blowing out teams. Looks like we're getting blown out more often than winning. And alright, so we have to make a quick adjustment because this team is not doing good at all. So system proficiency, we want to change. Actually, let me see. Where do I have to go here? Staff. Is there any better coaches? Yes. We will sign. Alright, this Michael Stauffer is better all around. We'll sign him. And we will get a new assistant coach too. Not sure how much of a difference it makes, but might as well test it out. Owners are fine. And once again, we'll go system proficiency and pace and space. Looks like it's the highest, 7 seconds. So we'll stick with pace and space. It's our coach's thing. Coach game plan. See how many men DP runs. This roster 9. So I think what we're gonna do is just try to get better. We'll replace Denzel. We're gonna throw him in a trade. Actually, maybe the starting lineup we could make some adjustments to. Let's just throw Lou Will in, throw a second, just see what trades come up. So DeMarcus Cousins is interesting, but we'd just be getting worse at this position. Pascal Siakam, kind of like that trade. Buddy Hield, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, I think, is going to be the trade. What do we have to throw in? We have to throw in Delon Wright, but we pick up Ricky Rubio and Denzel. We can just cut him out of the rotation. We're picking up our boy Donovan Mitchell. And so now this is the starting lineup. Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Zach LaVine at the small forward, which, let me just test something. If I put Donovan Mitchell at small forward and then LaVine back to shooting guard, I think we're going to run it like this. And so then Lowry at the 4, Montrez at the 5, Crowder, Rubio, Chris Dunn off the bench. Let me see if I make Chris Dunn. I think he's decently tall. 6'4", not really, but we'll move him to shooting guard. He goes up 2. Balance out our positions a little bit better. And I just want to look for a trade for Lowry real quick. And we'll throw in Felicio because he's making a lot of money. And Nothing here is worth trading Lowry for. Nurkic isn't bad, but no, we're gonna keep this team how it is for now. Get back into the simming. Lost the first game of that roster, lost the second game. This is not looking good at all. We can't win a game. Don't know why, but we cannot. Alright, look at this roster's record right now. 8-16. I'm going to give it a couple games here. Alright, we lost that game. We scored 70 points. We're making big changes, and it's going to be these two players, Montrez and Zach LaVine. Al Horford alone is not enough. They really want to trade Ja Morant out of Memphis some reason. Vucevic and Ross. Victor Oladipo and Bogdanovic. That might be our trade right there. Pascal is not bad, actually. There are some interesting trades here. Let me go back to Victor Oladipo and Bojan Bogdanovic. So we have the Donovan Mitchell at the 3 again, and then I don't know about who's going to play center for us. Drew Holiday is interesting, but we get better value over here. Andre Drummond, and then this trade I kind of like because we get a replacement for Montrez and Pascal could play, and then we can maybe move Lowry or have our people play actual positions and put Siakam at the 3. So we're going to do this trade, get some champions on our roster. Let me just try some adjustments here. So he goes up 2, actually, that position. Donovan Mitchell at the shooting guard. Like I said, I know this is super unrealistic, but that's the whole point, kind of. We're going to put bench utilization down. We want 9 men at most. So Gasol is the new 5. Markkanen still has a spot on the team with the shooting. I think I don't want to get rid of him at all. But if it comes down to it, we're actually going to put some extra minutes for Felicio here. But I don't want to get rid of Lowry. But we're just going to throw in 2 picks and Lowry and see what we can get. Tobias Harris, that's kind of interesting. Well, Lowry's only putting up 10 points, but obviously we have a lot of scorers on our team. Not enough to win, but Sabonis and Bogdan. That gets our whole team better. Could put Sabonis at the 4. Montrez right back because 2K doesn't know what it's doing. Nurkic, I think, sadly, I don't want to trade Lowry. But this trade, I can make Sabonis the 4, and it makes our team get a little bit deeper with Bogdanovic off the bench. So I have to do that. Hopefully, this works out for us. We can win a championship. Lowry will still get a ring. So many players will still get a ring because they played a game with us. So, let me see. Can Drake Crowder's position? Small forward seems to be his home. That's fine. Whatever. We'll keep him there. A lot of small forward minutes, but it's the most versatile position. And as I'm saying that, actually, I think we're going to try to trade one of ours. We're going to try to trade, where is Jay Crowder? And we'll throw in one of these random younger players. So Larry Nance, he's playing small forward, but he could switch. John Collins, that's about to be a no-brainer trade for us. And yeah, bring us back to John Collins. Easy trade, add exception, make the trade. Alright, so Sabonis is still starting, which I don't know if I like that actually. He does kind of space the floor for us, and we don't have a lot of shooting, so we'll leave him in the starting lineup. And then we have Collins off the bench. 9-man deep. We all have 77, 2 of them on our bottom. Then 83, 84, 83, 83, 87, 87, 87. A lot of the same overalls on this team. Hopefully, we can do something. Let me just take a quick look. We will do some crash, some get back, and neutral defensive focus, and some run, some. Alright, so get back to simming here. I'll just go a couple games. If we start winning, which we should, won against the Thunder, lost terribly against the Celtics. If we win a couple games here, I'm going to jump to the trade deadline. We are not even in the playoff picture, I'm assuming right now, at 12 and 18. But we just won 4 in a row. So what I'm going to do here is stop and sim to the All-Star break, trade deadline, all that stuff. I'll see you guys there. Alright, we've made it to 1 game before the All-Star break. Not doing good. Balancing here at the 7th seed at 26 and 28. Take a look at the award races quick. So, Ja Morant is averaging 29 points per game as an 82 overall, 7 and 9, and he's in first place as a rookie. Because this is 2K. Look at these stats for Rookie of the Year. Don't mind these because I put in the 2K20 roster. It's a little glitched out with who's a rookie and who's not. But that's still insane that Ja Morant's putting up 29. Anthony Davis might win Defensive Player on the Lakers. So that's that there. All-Star teams. I don't know. Thought there was a different place to look at that. But Chris Paul made it as a starter on Team James, but it's James Harden. Kyrie is the other leader. Let me see if there's any other Bulls that made it. And it's not looking like it. But Chris Paul did make it, so that's good for him. Take a look at the stats for our players. Obviously, we're not doing great, but Donovan Mitchell is leading us in scoring. Chris Paul is 16 and 9. Gasol and Sabonis. All these people doing their thing. So we really just don't have, besides Donovan, we don't have that second scorer. Because Chris Paul is second on our team in scoring, and he's not made for that. So what we're going to do, see if we throw in Sabonis. And we'll throw in Rubio, even though I feel like he's playing good as a backup. I just want one player that can get buckets. Buddy Hield might be that guy. Spencer Dinwiddie's interesting because we get another backup point guard that's better. And Derrick Rose could bring back to Chicago. I guess I should have done the Ja Morant trades earlier because he's about to win MVP. But Buddy Hield, but then we get Andre Robertson. So where was that other trade? With, I already forgot what that trade was. I've looked through, here it is. So we're going to do this trade. And I don't know why exactly, but we just need a change in this roster. John Collins can get the starting minutes. He's good enough for that. Let's go. So Siakam's coming off the bench they have now. I don't like that. No. Put Bogdanovich down to like 23, 24 minutes. Siakam, we need to find more minutes for him. Chris Dunn and Joe Harris are going to lose theirs because Siakam should be playing a lot of minutes per game. And Marcus Gasol should also be at least 30. And here we go. So, let me just see if I go to the Grizzlies, which is kind of cheating the system, if they have any trades. So now they want a lot more because Ja Morant is averaging an insane stat line here. Are the Grizzlies even... Let me see if they're even in the playoff picture, if he's just balling on a terrible team. And they're 25 and 30, which I can't call terrible because we're literally one game better. But we're just going to hope this roster is... I'm not going to make any more trades. So, nope, we're not stopping now at the trade deadline. Won our first game against the team we just made a trade with to pick up Dinwiddie and Joe Harris. Won a couple in a row. It's pretty possible that we could make a good run here. We don't need to be the 1 seed to win the championship. I'm not worried about that. But, yeah, we're doing pretty good here, actually. Let's just keep this going. This is a very mismatched team. But, obviously, in real life, it might even take over a year or 2 for this team to learn to play together with all the different scores and stuff like that. Learning a lot of ball handlers on this team, especially Donovan and Chris Paul. But this team, we're figuring it out. As long as we make the playoffs, I'll shorten the lineup. I don't care if I have to play like... I'll pull a Toronto Raptors and play like 7-man deep. I don't care. As long as we can maybe win a championship in this first season. Going pretty good, actually. I'll just keep winning. Win out the rest of the season. Maybe lose like 2 more games at most. Beating all these bad teams like we should. Jazz, who we've made multiple trades with. Beat them by 4. Going along good. I wish 2K had. I don't know why, because 2K gets worse every year. Last year they had the thing on the side. when you were simulating so you could see where you were in the playoff standings. This year you have to stop and go over to team status, but it's just 2K removing features that were in the game previously. But moving along, beat the Sixers. Sixers are always high up in 2K, so that should help our seeding. We'll just in these, let's check our, alright, so we confirmed everybody's clinched the playoffs. Just pretty much where we're going to end up. I don't think we can move up unless the Pistons lose 2 games, we win 2 and have the tiebreaker, but very unlikely. We don't win either, and Westbrook ends up winning MVP. I'm assuming the Grizzlies record held Ja back. He does end up winning Rookie of the Year with pretty similar stat line to Russell Westbrook with more points, and we're not going to look at the rest because we know our Bulls didn't win it. But Westbrook, Ja Morant, Giannis, LeBron, and Jokic, Curry, James Harden, Durant, Zion makes All-NBA second team as a rookie. No Bulls up here, but that's fine. All defensive first, no Bulls. And Chris Paul makes all defensive second. So now we are here in the playoffs as the 5 seed. What we're going to do, like I said, we're going to shorten this to at least 8. We'll see how this goes. Check out the minutes. Chris Dunn. He's not shooting good, so I'm fine with cutting him out of the lineup. And Dinwiddie is the 7-man. Siakam, they want him off the bench every time I hit automated. Bogdan is not going to be playing that many minutes. I'll say no something I don't, but that's going down. Chris Paul is fine at 40, and Donovan Mitchell up. So let's just start simming. Hopefully we can get out of the first round. Lose game 1. Not a great start. A lot of people played that I didn't want to, but that's okay. Sim game 2, and we win. Stolen 1 game, that's all we needed. Siakam, I knew I wanted him to have all these minutes. 37 and 6 from him. A couple of steals and a block. 2. Mitchell with 21. Chris Paul 18 and 15. Just keep simming game by game. Hopefully. Alright, we lose that game, which kind of lost our home court advantage that we just stole. But we tie it back up 2-2. Gasol has a big game. 27-11. 4 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks. Let's simcast this next game, because this is a huge game. If we go up 3-2, that's a very good chance that we win. And it is back and forth. We're losing by too much, and we get blown out in the second half of that game. 37-16, third quarter. We had it, and then we lost that sim. We bounce back again. We haven't been able to win 2 games in a row all series. Mitchell, Marc Gasol, and Chris Paul all stepped up. Let's see if we can pull off one more game. All I want is a chance. Get out of this first round. Started off good. Lost the lead. We're up 2 with 13 seconds left. They tie it with 4. And a game-winning shot. There was like 2 seconds left. Let me see. Believe game log. So Mitchell made a layup to put us up 2. And we win the series off of Donovan Mitchell game winner. Great for us. Poor Detroit. Feel bad for them. They can't make it out of the first round. But we're here playing Toronto. Siakam's old team. We'll see if they still have Kawhi in this. They do. And Montrezl Harrell, who we traded to them, who is of course going to have a great game against us in game 1. Mitchell, 35 points. Just team couldn't help him out enough. We let up way too many points. Let's go game 2. We lose the first 2, and I'm going to make some adjustments. Okay, so I changed a bunch of things here. Made Mitchell and Siakam the 2 primary things. Made our offensive focus shoot through or play through style. Shoot at will for our tempo, and I made it run in transition for defensive rebounding and play physical defense for our aggression. So we're going to get in here, simulate with Simcast. Hopefully we need to win our 2 home games. Not looking great. We're not out of it yet, but we're pretty much out of it. Getting blown out in all these games, you really, really hate to see it. We're going to go back to Simcast, even though this doesn't seem to be working for us. Let's go. Hopefully, I mean, coming back from 3-0 doesn't happen, but it's 2K. and we blow them out in game 4. Let's see if we can keep this up. Alright, sorry about that, but I am back. We are right back where we were. So we're going to get back into Simcast. And let's just hopefully... Yep, this is 2K. I feel like we're going to win this series just because it's so common that 2K makes teams come back from down 3-0 in this. Just blowing them out. All around scoring from the entire team. Joe Harris was the lowest scorer, but he only took 3 shots. Got to win 2 more games in a row. And we're getting off to these huge leads in the first quarter. 28-12 is ridiculous. Whoa. That went way too fast. They forced OT, outscoring us by 12 in the third and 10 in the fourth. Came back and we won by 1 in OT. Donovan Mitchell with 37 points. Chris Paul with 27 and 14. Siakam with 27. Marc Gasol with 10, 15, and 8. Let's check their side. Kawhi Leonard doing his thing. 27, 12, and 6. Kyle Lowry playing. Montrezl Harrell 22 and 15. Alright, we're back here. Game 7 in Toronto. The 45-win Bulls get off to another big start on the Raptors, and we blow the lead again, 36-14. We come back. This is a lopsided game. So we blow them out by 10 in the first. We both score 33 in the second, really high scoring. They outscore us 36-14 in the third, and then we outscore them 38-20 to win. Game 7, Chris Paul 30 and 14. Donovan Mitchell with 16. Everybody else just once again the balanced scoring, because like I said, this team should be probably the 1 seed because of how many all-stars are on this team. But guess it's really only 3. Siakam could be a borderline all-star, even though he shot 1 shot in this game. Not sure how that works, but guess it's hard to balance this. Anyways, we're here against my favorite team, the Philadelphia 76ers. But we win convincingly in game 1. Siakam, I was just talking about how he only had 1 shot in that game. Scores 31 and 10 here. I'll just get a nice sweep under our belt. And we don't. We lose game 2, but that's fine. We're still the away team here. Bulls, Bogdanovich led our team. Embiid's having a big series so far. Similarly, game 3. We actually win this one at home. 20 plus from Donovan and Chris Paul. And Butler's the only one that shows up for the Sixers. Hopefully, yes, 3-1 lead. Let's just win this. No sweat. Look at the amount of 20-point scorers we had. We had 4 20-point scorers. Collins had 16 and 13. Marc Gasol with 14. And they didn't have 1 20-point scorer. So that will definitely help your team win. And we can't close out the series, though. It's 3-2. Jimmy Buckets came to play. We're going to simulate with Simcast as it's getting closer here. And hopefully... Alright, we're not down bad. Back and forth, down 10 late, and we end up losing big. Another game 7. We're going to go back to Simcast, even though sometimes it doesn't work out for us. And hopefully... Alright, the second quarter, outscored them by 11. Outscored them every quarter. So obviously we're going to win that game. 139-112 blowout. Donovan Mitchell, 34 and 6. So... the Warriors end up beating the OKC Thunder in 6 games. We're just going to start off no Simcast, and we lose game 1. 30 points for DeMarcus and Curry. Siakam with 23. We're going to Simcast. Gotta see if it makes a difference for us. Down 10 here in the third. And we just couldn't close that gap. Lose the first 2 away games. Let's keep simming. Nothing we can really change now. Got off to a good start, but they came right back in the same quarter. Now we're down 10 again, and we're down 3-0. Can we come back twice from a 3-0 deficit? And... alright, we're up big. Not big enough to... yep, the third quarter from the Warriors. 37-23, they outscore us. Going back and forth, slowing it down here. Down 2, tie game. And we end up winning by 4. We actually came to play in the clutch. They outscored us in the second half, both quarters, but I guess we just got a big enough lead in the first half that we ended up being able to hold on. let's just go back. Can we do this? The second 3-0 comeback. We're hanging in. We're not out of it. Only 3-point game. 2-point game, we'll slow it down again. Keep tying it up. Hitting a 3, and we just run away with it in the clutch for the second straight game that we're really close with like a minute, and then we win by a decent amount. Alright, 2 more games and we're NBA champions, and the challenge is complete. The last Pacers rebuild did not end good. I think we lost in the finals in that too, and it's looking like we're about to lose in this finals unless we have a Warriors type third quarter. Ooh, which we kind of do. We bring it somewhat close, down 7 with 4 minutes. If we can just score, we take the lead. Take the lead. Alright. We're up 4. Should be a win. Win by 4. We had a Warriors type second half here. Outscoring them 37-25 in the 4th to win by 4. Here we are. Coming back down from 3-0 again. Game 7. This team, if we win, can't say it was easy. Down pretty big here at the end of the 3rd though, and we fall short. We lose by 11 to the Warriors. Chris Paul 28 and 7, 6 steals, just wasn't enough. Durant dropped 45. Curry with 24, Cousins with 20 and 20. We just got overpowered by the star power of this Warriors team. Lost in 7 to the Warriors. Chris Paul still can't get his ring. What team should I do the 1-year rebuild challenge with next? Guarantee I will complete it next time. We came so close with this Bulls team. See you guys next time.